misunderstood despite being surrounded by people? When was the last time you had a meaningful conversation with your grandparents or another elderly person? Hi, I'm Kashmi Aneja and I'm here to talk about how can intergenerational bonds heal minds. I'm here to connect technology with mental health to betterment of society. Picture this. You go back home with a sad feeling because you were not able to get a good grade on your exam. You tell your parents about it. They say it's alright, it's not a big deal, it's just one exam, and so on. But they're unable to understand you. You have put in a lot of hard work for that one exam and it didn't result into a good grade. You feel lonely and unheard. When you went out, you met an auntie who's your neighbor who also had a similar feeling. She felt lonely because her family was out all day long and they were not able to understand her emotions. But when you started talking to her, both of you could connect with each other extremely well. Suddenly, you both felt connected. You both felt like there was someone who understood you. And you both gelled together extremely well despite the huge generation gap. And this is what we plan to look at today. Because guess what? Cross-generational meetups can improve your mental health. Hold on, what's mental health? Imagine your mind like a phone battery. When it's fully charged, everything runs smoothly. But when it's low, even the simplest of tasks feel exhausting. Mental health includes your emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects our day-to-day thoughts and activities. But unfortunately, a lot of us undergo mental health issues but don't get proper treatment for it, primarily due to the mental health stigma. Loneliness and social isolation are just one of the primary factors considered here today. Loneliness and isolation can mean different things to different people. To some, it might mean not having anyone to eat with at the dinner table. For someone else, it might mean not having anyone to talk to after a tiresome and busy day. For others, it might mean feeling disconnected even in a crowd, or not having anyone to share their joys and sorrows with. We need to understand that mental health issues affect all ages. Mental health disorders don't check your birth certificate before showing up. They're like a sudden rainstorm that drenches everyone, no matter how old or young you are. And today, I'm going to consider two extreme generations, adolescents and senior citizens. According to World Health Organization, approximately 14% of adults aged 60 and over live with a mental health disorder. Loneliness and social isolation are key risk factors for mental health conditions in later life. On the flip side, when we consider teenagers, the scenario is nothing less. WHO says that 1 in 7 10 to 19-year-olds experience a mental health disorder, just 13% of the disease in this age. Additionally, half all mental health disorders in adulthood start by the age of 14. These statistics are a huge number due to the high population size. Since both these generations, despite being extreme, have common problems, will connecting them together benefit each of them? The answer is yes. Several studies say that connecting senior citizens to the youth helps both generations foster meaningful connections which can boost mental health. Let's take the example of two individuals, a senior citizen named Sharma Uncle and a 16-year-old named Ria. Both these individuals face mental health issues with primary reasons including loneliness and social isolation. Let's say that on one hand, Sharma Uncle has a lot of stock market experience and plays the guitar really well. On the other hand, Ria is someone who's keen on learning more about finance and would love to learn how to play an instrument. These ideas overlap, don't they? What could be a possible solution incorporating everything I mentioned? Connecting senior citizens with teenagers who may share similar interests or passions can help them unite in the process of mentorship. Sharma Uncle, who is extremely experienced in the stock market, will have a good knowledge of finance, which Ria is eager to know more about. You can also teach her to play the guitar, which is another thing she's really passionate about. How will this help though? This will help because two individuals are connecting, which reduces loneliness and social isolation, eventually improving mental health. This keeps the elderly engaged in what they're passionate about, preventing mental health problems due to isolation, while the younger generation gets help too. Mentorship can occur not just in finance or music, but in a variety of other spaces, including life skills, career advice, exercise, yoga and meditation, cooking or baking, academic subjects, volunteering in community service, writing, and so much more. Apart from the elderly mentoring adolescents, we can also establish a reverse ecosystem. Often senior citizens don't understand how to use a lot of modern technology, like making a UPI payment for example. But teenagers do know how to do such things. and can help senior citizens with it. This makes the connection highly symbiotic and helps both generations. Remember, I mentioned that I'm here to connect technology with mental health for the betterment of society, but I didn't mention anything about technology yet, so here it is. Today's world is a place where everyone uses apps to provide a service, communicate a message, or implement their ideas. So, to implement this, we can use an app which acts as a platform for intergenerational connections. Senior citizens will have an interaction with others, preventing loneliness, will impart knowledge to the younger generations, can share personal experiences, and stay connected with the outside world, and even learn a lot from teenagers. Teenagers will gain access to experienced mentors who can teach, can learn valuable soft skills from, and gain career and life guidance, all while improving their mental well-being. To understand how this idea would work, I did my own market research and surveyed a total of 47 older adults in varied ages and backgrounds. Questions were based on 3 primary areas: whether they face loneliness and other mental health issues, whether they are comfortable with technology to understand if an app would be suitable, and if they are interested in such a mentorship program to know if it would benefit them. And it's safe to say that overall, I got a positive response. I want to sum up the results of many of the key questions that I asked. 51.1% of individuals said that they engage in social activities every day, and 31.9% said a few times a week. Despite this number, 61.7% of people surveyed said that they feel a sense of social isolation frequently or sometimes. This is a huge number that needs to be catered to. We often think that the elderly are not very comfortable with using electronic devices or other technology. Of course, it's not completely wrong, but in reality, a lot of them are getting slowly comfortable with it and are using technology and apps frequently. 85.1% of individuals said that they use electronic devices multiple times a day. 44.7% of them are very comfortable with using apps and online platforms, and 44.7% are somewhat. This means that since the majority of older adults use these devices regularly and are comfortable using online platforms, an app to solve isolation and connect generations would work well. Finally, coming to the third part of the survey. 78.7% of individuals surveyed said that they're interested in sharing their knowledge and experiences with the younger generation, that is teenagers. It is also crucial to know if this initiative will boost mental well-being. 78.7% of individuals said that this sort of mentorship would be personally fulfilling completely or at least to some extent. Apart from these, other questions were also asked to give the survey a complete feel and get deep insights. These findings suggest a positive outlook on intergenerational mentoring and prove that bridging generational gaps can help senior citizens combat mental health issues while teenagers gain valuable knowledge. Taking a quick look at the Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs by the United Nations, this idea primarily indulges into SDG 3, good health and well-being, and SDG 4, that is quality education. To conclude, mental health issues need to be crucially considered. Having good mental well-being is a universal concern affecting every age. It's like Wi-Fi. Everyone needs it, and when it's down, everyone feels it. The wisdom and experience of our elderly, paired with the energy and skills of our youth, can form a relationship that benefits both generations immensely. It bridges generational gaps and reduces mental health issues like loneliness and social isolation. Imagine a world where every senior has a young friend to share their stories and wisdom with, and every teenager has a mentor and guide to support them. This isn't just a dream, it's a tangible solution and we can achieve through the innovative technology. Let's take a step forward and bridge the generational divide. Let's create a community where everyone feels valued, understood, and connected. Together, we can transform lives, heal minds, and build a more compassionate society. Thank you.